Well, crap, now you've done it. You've woken up in Klescher, which means you had a crime stat for some reason or another. Now, whether it's an accident or intentional, it doesn't really matter. You still have to do your time or find a way out. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dark Hour 717, and today we'll be looking at all the ways in which you can gain your freedom through legal means as well as illegal means from Klescher Rehabilitation Center. Before we get started, though, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button as I keep reaching for that 5,000 subscriber mark. I greatly appreciate it and thank everyone that has already subscribed. Also, stick around till the end of the video to find out how to get entered into the YouTube giveaway for the Logitech X52 HOTUS. The Klescher Rehabilitation Center is the main prison facility of the Star Citizen universe, and landing here is not by any means a game session ending event. I'll guide you through all the ways to reduce and complete all of your time here in the facility and get back into the verse. First thing we're going to look at is mining. To start this, you're going to wake up and roll on the panel in your hab. When you start in Klescher, you arrive with an undersuit, a helmet, and a multi-tool with the mining attachment. This, of course, is so you're all set to go into the mines and search for ores. You'll proceed down to the work mine tunnel and follow the path. This will bring you by the commissary, where if you lose your multi-tool, you can buy another, as well as med pens, water, or other supplies. Keep in mind, though, you arrive with no merits, so unless you had some transferred, this will not be an option. You will then go through the next set of doors and into the mines, following the path as it brings you down to the 3 routes. You have Route 1, Route 2, and Route 3. Though for mining, the route really makes no difference, it will in other means of working off your time. We'll go down Route 3 for now, but you're going to pull out the multi-tool and use it to scan, and when you find a mineable rock, it will actually highlight orange. Once found, mine it just as you would on any surface, using the scroll wheel to adjust your laser strength to get the bar in the green area of the gauge on the left. Don't overcharge it, and if you do, just back down the scroll wheel. Once completed, pick up your spoils by selecting store on them. And simply repeat. There's 3 types of rocks that are found here, and that's dolvine, aphrite, and hadenite. Of course, hadenite is the most sought after and will reduce your time the most. But keep in mind, mining is not the most recommended way to work off your time. It can tend to be drawn out and tedious. It also comes with several dangers. The chances to overcharge a rock and injure yourself is always present, and there's always the chance of another inmate coming behind you and taking you out with a shiv or a mining laser, and is definitely a danger you have to consider, as they can loot you and take your ores. So keep this in mind when making your decision on how to leave the facility. Now, once you have gone through a few of these rocks, you can head out of the mines, and when you reach the exit, the console on the left is where you turn in your ore. You'll actually receive merits for the ore you do turn in, and this will reduce your time as indicated. And as you can see in this video, I got 19 minutes off my time for 2 rocks of aphrite and a total of 1,140 merits. The next thing we're going to take a look at in order to work off your time are the O2 missions. You can find these in the contract manager of your mobiGlas. Now, these are absolutely the best way to get out legally. They're very quick to complete and very little hassle. If you happen to get on a server, though, where they're not functioning, you can always change servers or regions, and that usually fixes the issue of them not showing up. Just accept one, you'll see an indicator at the top of your HUD showing a route and a depth, and this is where those routes are going to come into play that we saw while mining. You're going to proceed into the mines to the correct route indicated and make your way down the mine shaft. You're going to continue through the mine shaft, and as you go, look for the pathways with the sign showing a number in the path. These are actually your depths. Continue on until you reach the one indicated in the mission. And in the large rooms, finding the door can be easier by looking for the way that has a green hue to the light coming from it. Once you're actually at the proper depth, you'll find a kiosk that is typically going to be yellow with a bright red screen. Interact on this to vent the O2 station and you're pretty much done. These give the most time off and make it possible to clear a 13-hour sentence in as little as 45 minutes. Easy to complete, and when you finish, check the mobiGlas for another one, and if it's in the same route, proceed directly to it. If not, you can always backspace back to the hab to keep from having to hike all the way back to the route junction. Keep in mind though, not as dangerous. You are in a race against other inmates as they all receive the same missions. So it's a race and the winner is the one that reaches the kiosk first. Depths as shallow as 5 can take off as much time as 2 hours, and if you get one at 10 or deeper, it can remove up to and over 4 hours of time. The deeper it is, the more time that comes off your sentence. And of course, the final way to get out of Klescher is the escape. Now, there have been some changes in the escape with 317, and to start this, you're going to come here to the work mines. Follow me as we go through the way to get out through the back tunnels. So you're going to go through the curtain here and come over to this office. You're going to view and zoom in here to get the code for the fan, which is 1856. You're going to go back out to the main area and go to where the fan with the broken blades are. And it's going to be right off block 01. Jump over to this ledge here. Don't worry, the guards are not going to try to stop you. 856. Put in your code, hit the check mark. Should go green and the fan should stop. Turn on your light and jump through the hole. So we're just going to go through here and work our way out. Now keep in mind that you will get an escape charge going this route, and it could increase your sentence. If you die along this path, you end up right back in the habs. These are the key to the escape route as well too, the blue flowers. So we're just going to go through here. We're going to clamber up here, and right up ahead here we're going to have a big hole. Now with 317, your damage is actually going to play a part in how well this works for you. Before, you could actually jump from the top all the way down to the bottom and not worry about taking too much damage. The best bet here, crouch down, aim for this area over here, and just walk off and hope that the ledge catches you or bumps you over to another one. And as you can see, I took 1% damage doing that, which is ideal because if you get down below 80 or have a leg injury, it will keep you from being able to complete this. So here we go. We're going to go this way, follow the blue flower. Here you're going to hang a left and you're going to jump on top of this block here, crouch down and go to the left. You're going to stay to the right, and when you come to this T junction, go left and then the right. Climb up this wall here and you're just going to go straight ahead. And that will bring you to this double block here. You're just going to jump up on top, crouch down, and just gently fall off. There is a hole in the ground to the left of that, so you don't want to fall down there or else you have to start all over. You're going to go through this area here and climb straight up to the right. There's our blue flowers. And we're just going to follow this path around to the left. Climb up. Now in this room, you're going to go to the right and climb up this wall. Now the goal here is to jump across to the other side. So you're going to run and jump, and then cut back the opposite way, run and jump, climb up. And then continue around climbing. And there's our blue flower here, and we're going to want to go to the right. We're going to follow this path all the way down. And that will bring us here where all we're going to do is continue to climb up. Come around to the right. Go straight. Lots of climbing. Turn to the left and you'll see those gold deposits. and just continue climbing up. Alright, so as you come up on this area here, you have to be careful because the lower gravity can easily bump you off, but you'll see this kind of A-shaped opening in the rock face. You're going to run and jump across to that, and then immediately turn around 180 degrees, and you're going to find the next opening that you're going to jump to, which is right here. So if you follow this along to the right, there's our opening there. We're going to run and jump. Alright, follow this around. You don't want to go too fast through here because you don't want to go down this drop here and accidentally bounce off. So you're just going to gently drop down. And there's our blue flower. And you're going to come around here to the very end of this ledge. Turn around. And the key with this one is do not run and jump. You want to do just a regular jump. Basically walking forward and jumping towards. You want to aim for that kind of spear point on that rock and let it just bounce you down onto the pad. And then you're going to come over here, turn around, and you will see this area here. You're going to want to line up kind of just on this pinnacle here, and you're going to just speed run and jump over there. Follow this over to the side. You'll see the kind of metal hatchway there. And this ledge looks like it'd be difficult to land on, but aim right off that little pinnacle right there, and you're going to just run and jump over to that area. Turn to your left, and you'll see the wide opening area here, and you can just run and jump over to that. Then you're going to turn to your right, you'll see this ledge here, climb up, turn to your left, climb up. And then you're going to follow this path around. And that's going to bring you to this jump. This is my least favorite jump in this whole thing. It looks like it's a short distance, but with the raised platform, you're going to have to sprint and jump to get up there. Be very careful walking up here because you don't want to fall down. Now your next jump is going to be across the way over to where this metal platform is. You want to be careful where you see this beam coming up. You want to aim just to the right of that because sometimes when you land to the left of that, it will actually phase you into the rock and you'll be stuck and have to suicide and start over. So you're going to sprint and jump across that. And then climb up here to this platform. Now if you go off this backside, you're fine. It's all solid back there. You can go back here and not have to worry about anything. You can easily climb back up here. Alright, so we're going to land on this platform in the ring over here. So you're going to want to sprint and jump. Just aim dead for the center. It seems a little bit far, but it's actually the easiest jump of the whole thing. Then you're going to turn to the left and climb up this area here. Continue going straight. And then you're going to go here to the right. And that's going to bring you up to here. You're just going to turn around and you'll see that platform with the branch sticking out. And see this little point right here. Just aim to the left side of that. You want to really aim for that point right there, just to the left of the branch. And this is going to be a sprint and jump. Just let yourself bounce off the back wall and land, and then you'll be fine. You can move back onto the platform, turn to the left, and climb up the wall. Continue climbing up. You're going to come around here to the right. You'll see you have a pathway to the left and one to the right. You want to go to the right. I usually sprint and jump this one just out of habit. And there's our blue flowers, and you're just going to continue climbing up. That brings us over here to Freddy. Now, Freddy is a old friend of ours that likes to nap down here, so he's just sitting there with his little chem light. But you're going to sprint and jump across this gap. Don't wake up Freddy, though. You're going to climb up, go to the right, and climb up more, and that brings us to this platform. This platform you just want to walk out on and then climb up. And then just continue walking over to the wall and climb up it. Here you're going to go to the left down this area, and you want to be careful because when you get up here there is a hole in the ground, so you're going to want to sprint and jump across here. Make sure you don't accidentally bump the sidewall. because it will bump you down into the hole below. So just continue on your way, climbing up the rocks, which is going to bring you to this point here. And this is almost to the point where we're almost there. So pipes up here look like you might hit it and miss the jump, but don't worry, you will phase right through it. Just jump straight across. And that brings us to Mickey. Now, if you want, you can loot Mickey. He also has a journal that you can get. Also, Freddy has a journal you can get if you're interested in reading it. But Mickey's sleeping. He's had a few too many. So we're going to just go over this little gap here and up here. And this, we're going to just go ahead and jump across. There's no hole there, but just out of habit. Now this brings us to this. This is probably the second most difficult jump here, and you'll see that there's a platform here and one that sticks out a little further here. This is where you want to aim because it sticks out further and has a little drop down. If you aim for the left side, you will not make it, but you're going to want to sprint and jump across this. And that brings us to our final jump, which is right here. Just aim right for the middle, about right here. And you're going to want to sprint and jump. Make sure you don't get anything stuck on the side of you that might bump you off your target. And that was our last jump. And then this is basically the point at which our parkour is over. We're going to come down here and just go down the ladder. And now for the new addition. We have laser trip mines. So the laser trip mines are new for 3.17, and I find it easiest to ditch the backpack to get through this, as I've had the backpack accidentally trip them. So we're just going to go up and over this box here, and we're going to just stay close to it and slowly maneuver to where we can crouch down and just edge forward to where we can go prone. Now once prone, it was easier to do this in third person. We'll just crawl along the floor under that first one. And with the backpack off, we should be low enough to crawl under the second set of laser trip mines. Make sure you crawl far enough forward to where you're not going to trip it standing up. And then you should be good to go. For this last set of laser trip mines, we're going to go up on the box to the right here, and then we're just going to jump over them, and we're at the point where we are almost out and we are getting into the tunnels to the exit. And we're just going to go down this way, down to the catwalk, hang a left, follow this all the way down until you can't go any further, and you're going to hang a right. And up here, we're going to make our final turn. And our exit is right here on the right. We're going to crouch down, crawl through this tunnel here. And this is the point of no return. We're going to climb up here. And there is our tunnel and our tube with a ship waiting for us. So what do you do if you don't have a ship that can pick you up? You can stop here at this office after the last set of laser trip mines and get the codes for the 2 Ursas at the top of the tubes. You're going to come out of the vent and you're going to head on down and go to the left. And when you go up these staircases, you have to watch the first and the fourth set of stairs, as they'll have gaps that you have to jump, but do not sprint jump over them. Just regular jump and you'll clear it no problem. Go up the next set. And then you're going to go up the third set here. And then here on the fourth set, you'll have that other gap you have to jump over again. Do not sprint. And then you're going to go up the fifth set of stairs. And here's where you're going to get off the staircase. And you're going to climb up on these crates here. And you're just going to jump over to the overhang. Turn around and you'll see that grating that makes a ramp going up to the pipe. And then you can climb right up onto the pipe until you get up and above the hole to where it's going to be safe to jump back over. Now, once you're over here, you're going to go around to where these yellow crates are on the far side of the hole, and that's where the Ursa is stored. The one at the top of this tube is the code that was on the top of that screen. And then the code that was on the bottom is on the other tube next to this one, and it's a little bit of a hike over there. Also remember, you are exposed to the elements, so you have limited time, and the Ursa will give you protection against lack of oxygen as well as the heat. So just come over here, and just like you did with the fan, you're going to punch in the code and hit the check mark. And open the door or the ramp, and you'll find your Ursa inside unless somebody else has come ahead of you and taken it. Now, once in the Ursa, the turrets and the missiles do not fire on you, but really it all comes down to your driving skills. You also want to remember that once you actually start this escape process, you have a fugitive apprehension bounty. So the closest place you can drive to is 10 kilometers away, which is Barton Flat. But at Barton Flat, there is no Platinum Bay spawn pad, so your only best bet is to have somebody pick you up from there. And of course, as you can see here, you do become a target for that fugitive apprehension bounty, and it can end very ugly because of that. Always highly recommended to have somebody pick you up in a ship. So what are you going to do if you're the friend and the buddy that's going to come and pick up your teammate from Klescher? Well, with 317, there are some new additions to this process as well, and you can do it one of two ways, either with a small ship that will fit down the hole, which a Drake Cutlass can easily do, and the ease of the ramp to get in makes it very easy for the escapee to jump in. But your biggest hurdle is going to be getting past the missiles that are now at Klescher to shoot incoming ships. Now, if you have an A2 and can drop some MOABs and take out the targets, would be ideal, but then the escapee will have to climb to the top of the tube. Of course, flying down in does make it the easiest way for them to get out. A Pisces also works extremely well, but either way, whatever you're flying, you're going to want to get in quickly and get down that tube, and that way you're out of the line of fire and the missiles and the laser fire cannot get you. Keep in mind, as you're coming into Klescher, it's going to be the tube on the left as you're facing the building, with the tubes between you. Once inside, you're just going to get down into position to where you can get your rampway down to a jumpable distance. Be careful maneuvering in here, as there are a number of obstacles. And just going to throw it in VTOL, and then you open up the rear ramp, and then just finish maneuvering in close to the catwalk. And that there has it close enough to anybody that's coming out can easily jump over into your ship, and then your only worry is getting out of here. And this is actually the exit. They'll come out and easily jump on board, and then you want to button it up. Now, to get out of here, you're going to want to position yourself in the tube at the best ideal angle to go straight out. So you'll have to do a little bit more maneuvering, and the idea here is to waste no time and no lack of speed. So you're going to push your limiter all the way to the very top. And then when you're ready, you're just going to punch it forward with full afterburner and just keep going until you can get out of range of everything. And the missiles do have quite a range, so you're not going to want to let up on that speed. As soon as you're able to QT on an OM, hit it and get the hell out of there. Now remember, as the pilot coming in to pick somebody up, you will get a level 1 crime stat. But once you transport your teammates over to Grim Hex, you can easily go over to the kiosk there and pay that off and be crime free. Anybody else that does escape will have to proceed to one of the security depots or SPK to clear the crime stat, or continue on with their bounty still in place. So that is it. These are all the ways to limit your time in Klescher and be able to return to the verse legally and illegally, as well as how a friend or teammate can come pick you up if needed. Remember that with patch 317, we will see the new additions with the laser trip mines and missiles in the facility, and I will admit, I really love how they occasionally change things up to keep us on our toes. Hopefully this has been useful for everyone, and it really helps those that are going in for the first time. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment on how you feel about these new obstacles. I'd love to definitely hear from everyone. Don't forget to get your entries in for April's YouTube giveaway of a Logitech X52 HOTUS though. Just subscribe here and leave a comment on any video and you're going to automatically be entered. The prize will be drawn on May 1st. Also feel free to catch the stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday night over on Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and get entered into our Twitch giveaways as well. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the merch store as well as the Patreon. I greatly appreciate the support from all the viewers out there and thank everyone so much for all that you do. Thanks again, everyone, and we will catch you next time.